should, quote, get rid of him if he's on your fantasy team and that things have been a bleep show. Okay, he then answered to the media and pointed out that the offense isn't producing to where it should be, and you can't, and I quote, put a Band-Aid over that. The Eagles will face the Lions, true test, on Sunday night. And although Philly is tied with the Seahawks for the best record in the NFC, the Eagles' offense ranks in the bottom half of the NFL in multiple categories. Cam, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but we haven't heard from you yet. Do you think there's an issue with Philadelphia and the Eagles?
I have a lot of issues with this. First and foremost, the fact that nobody played me in Madden and was on my stream, that's what I have the first issue with. I really like that, with that. Secondly, the Philadelphia Eagles is a walking, ticking time bomb of dysfunction. It's all in their resume. It's all in the thing that they've been trying to do. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. The Philadelphia Eagles have been masking, putting mascara, makeup, Beijing, sorry, Jaylen Brown, but they've been Jaylen Browning themselves so much because they've been winning, finding ways to win, and I get it. But when you start to see remarks like this, encrypted tweets like that, book reading on the sideline, Nick Sirianni last year checking the fan, going into the stands and doing certain things, and even calling off the dogs when you have a record-breaking or record-setting running back. A lot of things that are raising flags of like, okay, we're able to cover this up because we are winning. So now when you have a person to speak to, I do not have an issue with my receiver saying that because he is 100% right. The defense has been carrying the Philadelphia Eagles. But when you have the firepower and the arsenal that the Philadelphia Eagles have, and as a person who wants to make an impact, not a blocking impact, not a run down the middle of the field to just to be a dummy. No, I know what I'm capable of. And he's just setting the record straight and telling everybody what should be the expectations each and every week.
Yeah, I mean, but that don't mean they're a ticking time bomb. Like, they've been a mess. We all know those families, right? We all grew up around the family that if you went to their house and used their people, they cut up on each other. They talk bad to each other. You know what the spades game was like, right? You know how grandma was talking.
Rambunctious.
Hey, how auntie was talking, right? But when they walked out the house, I bet you was going to get jumped. Right? I bet if you ran up on one of them, you was going to have to see them all. Yeah. Right? That's who the Philadelphia Eagles are. And I have a specific play that points to this. Right? You go to A.J. Brown in this game, not getting the football, 3 targets, only 2 catches, 13 yards. Who was the lead blocker on the Saquon Barkley catch? Right? Who was hustling down the field to get the extra yardage? Who was hustling down the field to be someone that can help Saquon Barkley advance this football as far as we could possibly go? Now, on the big play to Devontae Smith, who drew the double coverage? Right? Who drew the double coverage? Who had quarters to his side, was doubled, runs the dig, and now Devontae Smith could catch the post. He didn't jog on that route. You smart enough to know this, Cam. You played quarterback in this league at a very high level. You knew at the start of that play that he wasn't going to be open. You knew it. I knew it. Guess who else knew it? A.J. Brown knew it. And he still ran his route. And you remember when Nick Sirianni was arguing with people in the crowd? I like that because they have been talking bad. You have been booing. I'm rocking with these dudes on the field. We won. And we not only won, we went to win a Super Bowl. It's not about what's going on there. It's about how you execute on the field. And we get a chance to see them do that this week.
Here's the deal. One of the things we have to pay attention to, I think that you can make an argument that they're on the brink of dysfunction based on the way that it has looked, but you can also summarily dismiss it because, especially now, I mean, look at the games that they've been winning. Look at the fact that you know that Nick Sirianni is 10-0 against the NFC North. He hasn't lost a single game to them. Not to Detroit, not to Minnesota, not to Chicago. Hasn't lost a single game to the NFC, not to Green Bay. He's beaten all of them, okay? He's undefeated against them. So we got to take that into consideration as well, even though we got to look at Jared Goff and the way he's been throwing the ball on the road. Completed about 70% of his passes when he's been on the road. And this is a big game for them. Considering Detroit's high-powered offense, it's going to be a requirement for the Eagles, in all likelihood, to get A.J. Brown involved in order to beat this Detroit Lions team. I think it's safe to say that. And I think this weekend can tell us a lot. But having said all of that, I wanted RC to go back and to be a bit redundant in doing what I did yesterday. But reading Cam Newton. Put Cam up on the screen, please. I want to see it. I want to read this quote to Cam and RC. Again, from A.J. Brown. Cam, this was A.J. Brown last year, just a few days after they won the Super Bowl. He put this on Instagram, I believe. After a few days, I've had time to reflect on being the champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion. And unfortunately, it was short-lived. 2 days to be exact. Laugh out loud. I've never been a champion at the highest level before, but I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because he can't F with me. The intense battles, early mornings, late nights, sacrifices. I love putting smiles on people's faces, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. It's the journey that I love the most. Back to work. That's what he said. Cam, I'm going to hand it to you by saying this. That's a Super Bowl champion that was saying that the feeling of being the champion essentially pales in comparison to the work that comes with it every day, and with him being dominant. As a person, I will remind everybody, I worked for the Philadelphia Inquirer for 17 years. I was a general sports columnist in Philadelphia for the last 7 years of my career there. I know Philadelphia, and I'm telling you that the belief is, by some, hey, it wasn't winning that's important to him. It's him getting his and being dominant. That's how they'll interpret something like that. I know we're not doing that. We get it. But nevertheless, that's how some people are going to feel. I read you that quote, Cam. I heard from RC yesterday. What about you?
Ladies and gentlemen, those who have never been great at anything, you understand that when you are great, when you are dominant, when you train, you don't train to blend in. You don't even work to just sit in your cubicle. You don't work just to be average. Everything that you do is to dominate, to be the exception, to be the peak of the spear, not the middle of it. Now, the thing that people would love to say about A.J. Brown, oh, he's dysfunctional, oh, he's an individual player, he's a GDI, a GOT individual. No, that's not who it is. Because Ryan Terry, one thing that I love about you, you always bring in the culture. And from a person that speaks for the culture, I can tell you this. When you used to be in PE, and you start to say to yourself, you start to get picked the third and the fourth pick.
Gotta be picked first.
It's just like, hold on.
Gotta be.
That's not to say that your homeboy, like if we standing up and Shay's sitting up here picking us and she keep picking, Ryan,